Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2024. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, Sri Research Institute, Center for Art, Sciences and Well. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we have very few commemorations on this day. Today is commemorated as National Petroleum Day in US, which is commemorated on August 27th this year. And every year, the purpose of this day is to raise awareness about industry issues and to recognize the importance and effect of petroleum resources in our lives. It's a day to honor the priceless natural resource and great amount of good it has done for humanity, national wealth, and our lives in the 21st century. Many people in the oil and gas business utilize the event as a forum to talk about the difficulties that they confront. Petroleum, often known as crude oil or oil, is a yellowish black liquid that forms spontaneously in geological formations. It frequently processed into a variety of fuels and chemicals Since ancient times, petroleum has been employed in some form or another. The petroleum was one of the materials used to construct Babylon's walls, according to Herodotus, a great Greek historian. Petroleum was also employed by the ancient Persians for lighting, as it was used to fill their lamps, as well as for medical uses. James Young, a Scottish chemist, began distilling petroleum in mid 1800s, yielding kerosene as well as a thicker, darker oil that was ideal for lubricating machines. Petroleum has been used in ancient China for more than 2000 years. Oil was found, extracted, and utilized in China for the first time in 1st century BC. According to the I Ching, one of the earliest Chinese books, furthermore, as early as 4th century BC, the Chinese were first to record use of petroleum as a fuel. Oil was being produced in China from bamboo drill wells by 347 AD. Since the 18th century, oil sands have been extracted. Young discovered natural petroleum seepage at Alfredton Readings colliery, and by 1848, he had established a modest business refining the crude oil. Young finally succeeded in extracting a number of valuable liquids from it, one of which he dubbed paraffin oil. Young formed a partnership in 1851, which resulted in the world's first commercial oil refinery and the first modern oil refinery. The first record of petroleum usage was in 4th century. And the petroleum distillation was in mid 1800s. James Young, a Scottish chemist, begins distilling petroleum. The Chinese are the first to record the use of petroleum as a fuel, and the world's first commercial refinery. Young partners and Edward Binney and Edward Meldrum to form a company in Bathgate that became the world's first commercial oil refinery in 1851. A petroleum discovery in Germany, George Christian Conrad Munaus discovers a considerable amount of petroleum in Germany in 1858. So Cole Edwin Drake drilled the first successful well through rock yielding crude oil in 1859. When stored in a sealed container at 20 degrees, petrol has a 6-month shelf life. So petroleum is called old black, as this is due to the fact that crude oil is black when it is retrieved from the ground. So share the facts about petroleum, participate in the festivities by spreading knowledge about petroleum and its application. Take time to do some research to help you with this, and then use your newfound knowledge to educate others. Make a petroleum-related challenge for yourself, such as attempting to go a day without using petroleum-based items. This will help you understand the worth of petroleum and its products, as well as its impact on our life. Throw a petroleum-themed party. You could throw a party where everyone brings something petroleum related. This is an opportunity for you to appreciate these precious and flexible natural resources and to recognize that despite its many flaws, it has done a tremendous amount of good for humanity. Petroleum can exist as a liquid, as gas, or as a solid. It has many forms. Petroleum is derived from two Latin words, petra, which means stone, and oleum, which means oil. In 1556, a German mineralogist used the term petroleum for the first time. The United States consumes about 15 million barrels per day of crude oil, which is America's daily consumption. There are around 8 lakh producing wells worldwide, producing 75 million barrels of oil each day. Oil is an essential part of modern society. Access to affordable electricity in poor countries may empower residents and improve their quality of life. Petroleum may help a country's economy by attracting foreign investment. Petroleum has traditionally been the most important source of energy for human consumption. Petroleum products are used to power vehicles, heat buildings, and generate energy. Petroleum is used to power the majority of our globe. National Petroleum Day creates awareness of the many benefits of petroleum. It equally educates the public about the best style and proper use of petroleum in a way that does not harm the environment further than has been done. Today is also commemorated as National Just Because Day in US. All you need is National Just Because Day. You won't need a reason to celebrate on August 27th. Well, just because if you want to make a spaghetti for breakfast wearing last year's Halloween's costume, more power to you. If you want to climb a tree as an adult, take the risk. It's a day to stop worrying about the whys. Just because day has also become a great way to spread random acts of kindness. Send a thoughtful card to a friend just because. Give your parents a call just because. Pick up the trash from your neighbor's yard just because. The original version of Just Because Day may be mobile holiday called Because Day that was first celebrated on the third Wednesday in May. It was invented in the late 50s or early 60s by Joseph J. Goodwin of Los Gatos, California. He turned the gift of a transistor radio for his wife into their own family holiday. For the Goodwins, it wasn't so much about a radio as it was about celebrating life, free afternoons, and family. And so that what began as a wholesome family holiday celebrating the beauty of spontaneity in life grew into an annual celebration across the United States. As we grow and assimilate into the world, we tend to fall in line with always doing what is expected of us. And for many people, that might get a little boring. On this very special day, these unspoken rules society had paved before us no longer apply. This day is your golden opportunity to do whatever it is your heart desires. This day is to encourage you to march the beat of your own drum, your chance to do something with no rhyme or reason, whether you want to drink milk, wearing a cow harness, or going on an impromptu road trip anywhere, or surprise a friend with flowers. This day is your choice to add a little spontaneity to your life. It's also a golden opportunity to spread some positivity to others. Pay a tap for the table next to you, leave a nice note on someone's desk. The possibilities are endless, and the only thing holding you back is you. On Just Because Day, feel free to do something without any rhyme or season. That's a tradition. Why does everything need to have some logic behind it anyway? Some things are done just because. Just because actions or activities usually stem from a what if I train of thought or an impulse, the results are enjoyable. And the more uncommon the activity, the better. The most random of random thoughts that first come to our minds upon seeing something are acted upon. Some suggestions are taking a short or long trip just because dropping a visit at someone's house who haven't seen in a while just because walking backward just because smacking the object to your right just because or having dessert before dinner just because. Not only is August 27th the random and spontaneous National Just Because Day, but it is also International Lottery Day. So go ahead and buy the lottery ticket just because. Surprise a friend with a thoughtful gift just because won't only brighten their day, it will create a positive ripple effect for everyone they meet. After teaching your friend about Just Because Day, you can encourage them to spread the good news. Be the bearer of good vibes just because. National Just Because Day encourages random act of kindness. Do your part to share the holiday by posting or commenting with the hashtag Just Because Day. At some point in your day, make it your goal to elicit from someone a question along the lines of, but why? Then you can tell them nonchalantly, just because. This will further spread awareness about this unusual holiday. Your just because response also indicates that you are an adventurous soul who follows your mind just because. Today is also commemorated as Moldova Independence Day. Moldova, which is annually celebrated on August 27. In Romanian, it is named after Ziua Independentai, the Moldova's National Day. It commemorates the adoption of Declaration of Independence from the Soviet Union on August 27, 1991. The people of Moldova celebrate with fireworks, concerts, and military parades. The president also addressed the nation with a patriotic speech because it's a public day. Most citizens and employees have the day off. And like some other holidays, most businesses in Moldova are closed on August 27 each year. Moldova is an Eastern European country and was formerly part of the Soviet Republic. The country shares borders with Romania and Ukraine. A great part of the Moldovan territory was a part of the Principality of Moldavia from the 14th century until 1812, when it conceded to the Russian Empire, and that part of the country became known as Bessarabia. In 1856, southern Bessarabia was returned to Moldavia and in 1859 merged with Wallachia to form Romania. But Russian rule was soon restored over the whole region. In 1878, during the 1917 Russian Revolution, Bessarabia briefly became a self-governing state with its Russian Republic, known as the Moldovan Democratic Republic. In February 1980, the Moldovan Democratic Republic declared independence and then integrated into Romania later that year following a vote of its assembly. In 1940, as a consequence of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, Romania was compelled to concede Bessarabia and northern Bukovina to the Soviet Union, leading to the creation of the Moldovan Soviet Socialist Republic on August 27, 1991, as the dissolution of the Soviet Union was afoot. The Moldavian SSR declared independence and took the name of Moldova. On 21st December 1991, Moldova, along with 10 other Soviet republics, signed the act that formed the Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS. Moldova's independence was officially recognized on March 2nd, 1992, when the country became a member of the United Nations. Before 1991, parades in the Moldavian Soviet Socialist Republic were held in the honor of the October Revolution and Victory Day. But by 2001, the first military parade was held in honor of their independence. The name Moldova is derived from Moldova River. The valley of this river served as a political center at the time of foundation of Principality of Moldavia in 1359. Orthodox Christianity is the dominant religion, with 96% of the population claiming membership in either two of the Orthodox denominations. Moldovan 88% or Bessarabian 8%. The blue, red, and yellow tricolors of Moldova are identical to the flag of Romania, reflecting the two countries' national and cultural affinity. You could show you stand in solidarity with Moldova by flying any of one of these colors. Mamliga is a traditional Moldovan dish which serves as a base for many side dishes. You can get recipes online and attempt them. It would be a fun way to celebrate Moldova's independence. With a length of 200 kilometers, the largest wine cellar in the world holds almost 2 million bottles of wine and is located in Milseti, Misi, Moldova, home of the largest wine cellar. Moldovians speak either Romanian, which is the native language, Russian, or Gagauz. Some speak all three. Most Moldovians are bi or trilingual. Moldovan had no president for 3 years in 2012. After nearly 3 years of political deadlock, Moldova elected the veteran judge, Nicolae Timofti, as president, and for the first time in 917 days, the country had a leader. The national animal of Moldova, though extinct, the arrow, has been immortalized on Moldova's flag, which features the head of an arrow mounted on a sheep. Moldova's capital was destroyed in 1940. In October 1940, Chisinau suffered a deadly earthquake which measured 7.3 on the Richter scale and destroyed much of the city. So we can support the people of Moldova and we can learn more about Moldovans and their country, and we encourage people to visit Moldova. Today is also commemorated as National Pots de Cream Day in US, celebrated every year with much gusto on August 27. The name translates to pot of custard or pot of cream. It also refers to baking dish, which is a small pot with a lid. Overall, this dish is loose custard that is made up by mixing eggs, egg yolks, cream, and milk. A flavoring essence is also added. This is then baked in porcelain cups in a water bath to low temperature. Today is also commemorated as the Duchess Who Wasn't Day in Ireland. This creatively named date celebrates the life of Margaret Wolfrey Hungerford, a novelist who published most of her novels under the pen name of the Duchess Margaret Wolfrey Hungerford, has over 57 pieces published. The number might be much higher because most of her early works were published under the pseudonym Anonymous. She has also contributed to several newspapers. She was responsible for a huge family with 4 girls and 2 sons. Finally, today is also commemorated as International Lottery Day in UK. Lottery, and Lotteria. No matter what language, people around the world love lottery games. On International Lottery Day every August 27, we all are dreaming about euros, dollars, pounds, rupees, and lakh. Why? Lottery style games have gone mobile, so it's easier than ever to play. That's great news for the UK, where a study shows 83% of the residents report purchasing scratch off lottery tickets in the past year. Today is the day where we all try our luck, and you never know, life-changing sum of money could be on the horizon. Lisdo Lotto in 1566, Queen Elizabeth I authorizes England's first official recorded lottery designed to raise money for the reparation of the havens and strength of realm and towards such other public good workers. In 1566. So Australia's first lottery begins as a private affair in Sydney before moving to other areas such as Queensland and Victoria in 1880s. Canada's Olympic Act, an effort to prepare the 1976 Games in Montreal, allows the organizing committee to sell tickets nationwide. In 1970, Prime Minister John Major's government sets up a new state-sponsored lottery with TV host Noel Edmonds presiding over the first drawing in 1994, UK National Lottery. The odds may be against you, but someone has to win. So why not you? Buy yourself a ticket and allow yourself a few minutes to daydream of a mansion on the beach. Play the lottery, but don't get addicted to it. So gaming great for socializing on International Lottery Day. Get your friends together and share the fun. And split the big prizes. That's a nice dilemma to have. Having someone buy a lottery ticket is an exciting little surprise. If they win, they are sure to remember you. If they don't, then at least you allowed them to dream for a moment. Mary Loteria de Navidad, the Spanish Christmas lottery, is the world's largest lottery game, doled out an amazing first prize jackpot of 720 million in 2012 euros and the equivalent of $941.8 million at that time. Fish and chips for life and then some. One lucky UK winner won euros 185 million. That is $260 million in 2011, the year's largest single ticket jackpot in the Euro Millions lottery. A pair of Euro jackpot players each grabbed one half of a record time, 90 million euros, that is around $100 million, jackpot in 2019. One winner hailed from Germany, the other lived in Poland. He was the first Polish player to win. Oz Lotto, an Australian lottery game, paid out a whooping Australian dollars to 4 winners in 2012. It was around $11 crores 19,72,151 Australian US dollars. That's a huge sum. Lotto 6x49 delivered Canada's largest single jackpot of Canadian dollars 64 million in 2015. After buying a lottery ticket, it's common to spend a little time daydreaming about what you do if you become a millionaire. As unlikely as it is, there's no harm in letting your mind wander there for a couple of minutes. As you are scratching the card or waiting for the numbers to be drawn, there's that moment of suspense that is full of childlike anxiety. Playing in a group means that is a great chance to share the fun with others, win or lose. You have something to look forward to. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us on this wonderful day. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls. And see you all tomorrow for the session on financial awareness at 6 o'clock. We request everyone to join and grace the occasion. So see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.